Hello YouTube, now that you are farther along in your quilt and have all of the individual blocks done, I am going to show you how to square them up. This is a technique that I learned while working on a log cabin style quilt, but it will also work for other quilt types as well. So I hope that you enjoy, and I hope that this eases some of your concern about having mismatched corners when your quilt is done. Welcome back. So today I will be demonstrating this with two pieces of paper instead of fabric. This piece right here is a template that I have already cut to exactly 6 inches. Now the way that I did this was I took a full sheet of paper, laid it down, aligned the corner, and simply cut along the 6-inch mark using the slitted rotary board, just like this. And that helped me get one of the dimensions to 6 inches. Then I picked up the slitted cutting board, rotated the paper, and cut at that 6-inch mark once again. That gave me a perfect 6-inch square, which we will be using for a template for each of the block sizes today. Now, this, for the demonstration, is our block size. As we are lining it up, it is important, of course, to line up with any of the tick marks and white lines on the rotary cutting mat. I'm aligning the bottom side of the fabric right along this line, and the straightest point that I can really find along this 9 tick mark right here. So it is hanging over a little bit, but that is okay because this is obviously an uneven edge. So we're going to leave it like that. We take our template and put it directly in the middle of the fabric. Okay, we want to make sure that our outer blocks all end up being just about the same width. So we put it right in the middle. We want to make sure that it's lined up with the white lines. If it's crooked like this, your seams will not match. And when you put it together, you will likely start crying. So we just put it right in the middle. There is a certain amount of this that in the end just comes down to eyeballing it. I was really nervous about this step. When you sew it together, it doesn't end up being as big of a deal as you thought. I was also really nervous because once I was done cutting, it was pretty obvious to see how off my quilt blocks ended up being. But when I sewed them all together and added the borders, you can barely even see it. So that was a big relief. So right here, it's nice if you can align the purple with a line, just as a reference point. So you put your template over like that, lay your rotary cutting board so that one of the clear slits lines up with the purple block right here and a white line. Now all you do is pull out your rotary cutter. Normally you would not want to cut paper with a rotary cutter, but dull blades are great for cutting wrapping paper and if you need a precision cut on paper. So I will be using a dull blade today. Now you just hold, insert, and cut. Now for the other side, because this is a 6-inch block and each of my slit marks are at inch increments, I don't even need to move the slitted cutting board. I can just cut right like this. So then you pick this up, take the paper out from underneath, line up your new straight edges right over here with the white line, rotating the block, put your template over it again. It should match up perfectly with the height dimensions. Right in the middle, as close as you can. and then you put the rotary cutting mat back over. Usually if this was another piece of fabric, I would probably be being more precise with how it's lined up. And then you cut. Excuse me. Oh, got off. There we go. And you cut. Then when you remove it, excuse me, you will have your perfect square block. Or in my case, you will have a little bit extra to trim off. And that is how you square up your blocks for a log cabin quilt. Hope you enjoy.